All right, guys, what is up? It is VV Freak back again with another video. This time we got the Sapphire cards. Sapphire's blue. That's like my favorite color, so this should be... hopefully this works out all right? Not that that matters for, whenever I'm making decks and stuff in different games, I don't ever go by the color alone, but it does play a little bit into it. I'm not going to lie. All right, so let's get into it. Sapphire, we got a 6-cost, 4/4 body Robin Hood, unrivaled archer, storyborn hero. He has 2 abilities on card here. Feed the Poor. When you play this character, if an opponent has more cards in their hand than you, draw a card. Okay, that's a little situational, but not horrible. And then Good Shot. During your turn, this character has evasive. So they can challenge characters with evasive, so he gets to deal with them. So this is, excuse me, this card is solid. My favorite word to use. It's a little undercosted, or excuse me, it's a little overcosted for the stat line we're getting, but we're getting 2 somewhat viable abilities. I don't know how much we can depend on Feed the Poor. It makes you want to, if you're running this card, you're going to want to make your deck with lots of very cheap cards where you can just spend them all, and then that way you can ensure that when you play Robin Hood, you're drawing a card from his ability. And he taps for 2, or he exerts for quests for 2 lore, so it's not horrible. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, though. I don't think it's that crazy. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. All right, so Scar, Mastermind, 5/4. He's a 6-cost 5/4. Insidious Plot. When you play this character, chosen opposing character gets -5 this turn. And he can always just quest for 2. That's really good. When you play this character, chosen opposing character gets -5. So you're going to be able to take someone out without taking any damage realistically, right? I think this is much better now. So this is much better. And this is a card, certain cards have really strong repetition value. Like when you repeat the effect, like in other words, when you play the card and then play another copy of the card the next turn, certain cards have very strong repetition values. This would be one of them. They have strong momentum. This one, you are just going to be able to, like in a deck that runs this kind of idea, it'll be Scar right on turn 6, right as soon as you can, or turn 5 or 4 if you can ramp to him faster. -5 to that guy and just crush, a character that's exerted, right, obviously. So that character's exerted. Okay, well, now just smash into him. He's gone. And now next turn, play Scar again. -5 that card. Smash into him with the Scar I just played, and he's gone, and I haven't lost any damage. Like my characters are still healthy. At least, yeah, theoretically, that's how it works. I think this card's great. I'm going to give this card a 7.5 out of 10. Okay, next, we have 1 Jump Ahead, which is a song action. Pay 2. Put the top card of your deck into your Inkwell face down and exert it. So put the top card of your deck into your Inkwell face down and exert it. So here's your ramp mechanic, okay? That's interesting. Is blue going to be the ramp color? If someone knows, please tell me in the comment section below. Typically you see it as green, growth, green, nature. That typically ends up being the ramp color. But again, it doesn't have to be, right? And if blue is, that's interesting. So, but yeah, I think this card's good. 2 costs to ramp forward. Yep, we'll take it, right? This is a 7 out of 10. I'm going to say it's a 7 out of 10 because, okay, if you play this like anytime after turn 1, 2, or 3, you can just, tap down a character for this effect. Just very good. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Okay, Belle. She is a 3-cost, 2/3, I can't really read it. Inventive Engineer. Dreamborn Hero Princess Inventor. She looks awesome out of it. This is a really cool looking picture. Tinker. Whenever this character quests, you may pay 1 less for the next item you play this turn. And she quests for 2, by the way. She's a 3-cost that quests for 2, has a 3 in the back. This is pretty cool, but we need to see what kind of items come out in order to justify even wanting to run this. Did we see any hang on. All right, so none yet. So we'll have to keep that in mind as we're going on. As is, though, I'm going to give this, she quests for 2 at 3. I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. And if there are good items to play her with, she might be like a 7.5 out of 10. Okay, next. Here's our first item, Coconut Basket, 2 cost. Consider the Coconut. Whenever you play a character, you may remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. Wow. So thinking of Coconut Basket and Scar, there's a lot of synergy going on there where your characters are just not taking damage, and when they do need to take a little bit of damage, well, just remove it with Coconut Basket. Whenever you play a character, you may remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. So there you go. I mean, and with this card, if you quested, this only costed you 1. That's interesting. Okay, I don't think this card's unbelievable, because typically people are going to go for a one-shot on your character where there's not a lot to heal. But still, I'm sure it'll come up. So I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. I think it's just very average. Okay, next. 1 cost, develop your brain action. So it's not a song, you can't sing it, but it only costs 1. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put 1 into your hand, and the other on the bottom of the deck. Okay, yeah, that's really good. That is a nice ponder effect where you can just, you look at the top card, or excuse me, you look at the top 2 cards, put 1 into your hand, the other on the bottom. 7 out of 10. 1 cost to do that, and it can be used late in the game or whenever in the game as a resource if needed. This is absolutely a 7 out of 10 for me. 5 costs, let it go. All right, and it's a song. A character that costs 5 or more can sing this song for free. And it has the ink around it, so it can be used as a resource at some point if needed, or at any point. Put chosen character into their player's inkwell face down and exerted. I do have to point out that it says put chosen character into their player's inkwell. So if you want to ramp, again, remember we were talking about ramp earlier, maybe you can do it with let it go. Or you can just get rid of their best character. Seems good. You are ramping them resources at that point, but hey, if it's a character strong enough, you'd rather just have it off the board. Yeah, I'm going to give this just a nice 6.5. Now, I'll give it a 7 out of 10, since it can literally deal with anything. And it also can have utility in the sense of, being able to use on your own character to ramp. So I think this is a really cool effect here, really cool ability. Or action, rather. So I would give it a 7 out of 10. Okay, we got Mickey Mouse Detective. He's a 1/3. He's a 3-cost 1/3. Dreamborn Hero Detective. Get a Clue is his ability. When you play this character, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell, face down and exerted. Okay, more ramp. When you play this character, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell, face down and exerted. I like this. 3-cost 1/3 that ramps you up. Has a 1-point counter, just a 1 lore counter rather. Yeah, solid. I think it's fine. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 because it ramps you. It's nothing crazy though, other than that. You're losing 2 attack for that, so 6 out of 10, good enough. Okay, we got 6-cost 2/7 Maurice, world famous inventor, Dreamborn Mentor Inventor. All right, give it a try. Whenever this character quests, you may pay 2 less for the next item you play this turn. So, okay, she's kind of like Belle, right? We just looked at Belle. She's like the smaller version of this. And it works. Whenever you play an item, you may draw a card. Okay. Can this reduce the cost to 0? So if we give it a try with this guy, just hear me out. If I have Maurice down, and I play Coconut, it reduces the cost of it by 2. So can I play that for free? And then whenever I play an item, I draw a card from it? That seems really good. If there are going to be good items, Maurice and Belle seem insane together. I'm going to give this card a 7.5 out of 10 because he's a 6-cost 2/7. He can be played early in the game as a resource to get you going. Yeah, solid card. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Excuse me. Aurora. Regal Princess, Storyborn Hero Princess, 2-cost, 2/2, 2 lore counters. 7 out of 10. I'm loving this card. She can do it all, right? Early on, she's a 2/2 body that can quest for 2, and she has the ability to turn into ink later in the game or resources. Okay, we have 4-cost Maleficent, Sinister Visitor. She is a 4-cost 3/4 with 2 lore counters. Just vanilla body. Okay. 4/3/4 and then 2. Yeah, I think this is a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. Now you see with this one, Aurora's a 2-cost 2/2 with 2. Flounder's a 1-cost 2/2 with 1. So, again, these are all kind of average. So I'm just going to go somewhere between a 5 and a 7 for these. This one seems incredible though. The Aurora one. Aurora one, you're paying 2 to be able to gain 2. Or she can be used as her ability. And, you know, there was one earlier. I'm sorry, I got to scroll up, guys, all the way back to Amethyst. Bear with me. He's a 1 cost 2/1. And then there was a 1 cost 1/1 who had 2. But I feel like she's going to get taken out so easily. But who knows? I could be wrong about that. They probably should just be considered average, guys. So just bear with me if I messed up the ratings. We need to see the whole set before we can really determine what these scores should be. So I'll give them, like I said, I'll go somewhere between a 5 and a 7 on these. I don't think they're anything crazy, but they're really nice, cost efficient wise. Okay, we got 3 more here. Aurora, Dreaming Guardian. She's a 5 cost 3/5 with shift 3. Now remember, shift says you may pay 3 to play this on top of one of your characters named Aurora. Okay, Protective Embrace. She has 2 lore, by the way. Your other characters gain ward. Opponents can't choose them except a challenge. So they can't be targeted by spells and abilities, I guess, like activations and abilities, or actions and abilities, I guess. Not exactly sure, to be honest. So that is very interesting. I need to know a little more. I want to see more rulings on that. Your other characters gain ward. Opponents can't choose them except a challenge. So they can only be challenged now. They can't be targeted by anything, is what it sounds like, or chosen. Because remember, they use choose instead of target. 5 costs 3/5 that gives everybody ward. Yeah, I'm going to take that every time. And she can quest for 2. She shifts for 3 on top of, remember, we just saw Aurora. Here's the 2 costs. So you can theoretically, just theoretically here, you can go turn 2, Aurora. Okay. Next turn, Aurora. Right? Turn 2, turn 3. And that's a 5 toughness with now your guys are basically like hexproof for those who play Magic. Yeah, I think this is fine. And here's another Aurora. This one's a 2/5. It looks like it's in French. So let me see. I have the Google Translate out here. So let me just type this in real quick. Let's see. Okay. Disconcerting Beauty. Or sounds like Bewildering Beauty or something along those. Yeah, Bewildering Beauty, something along those lines. And then let's see, Lorcana Vals. Sorry guys, like I said, I'm just kind of messing around when I say this. I'm trying to type it, so I'm phonetically, saying it. I have absolutely no idea how to say these words the way they're supposed to be, the way they're supposed to be said. But almost done now. Boom. Okay. When you play this character, choose a character that suffers -2 for the cost of this for the rest of this turn. So it sounds like wait a minute. So you're taking away 2 attack. I think this is like Scar's ability, but only for 2. So it's probably when you play this character, chosen opposing character gets -2 this turn. So that's really cool, man. I really kind of like that. That's an interesting mechanic in this game. Very, very solid though. 4 costs 2/5. For Aurora Dreaming Guardian, it's a 5 cost 3/5. But 4 costs 2/5. You're only losing 1 attack. Unless you can play her for the shift value, of course. That's where Aurora really takes off. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think that's really good. Now, one thing I do want to mention about Aurora is your other characters gain ward. The one we just looked at. Your other characters gain ward, not her. But think about if you have 2 of her down at the same time. Well, now you're set. Okay. That is interesting. Your other characters gain ward. Because I was looking back at her because I was like, what if we play on top of this Aurora instead? But you probably wouldn't want to because you're only gaining 1 attack. And you still have to pay the 3, but it beats paying the 5. But in this case, I would just pay the 5 and have a 2/5 and a 3/5 on the board. Yeah, see, these are decisions we'll have to make as games go on. But yeah, I do want to... let's move on. I'm going to give both these cards... I think this card's a 7 out of 10. And I think the Dreaming Guardian was a 7.5 out of 10. Really good cards. Okay, then we got... it looks like Disguised Jasmine. Storyborn Princess. 3 cost 3/3 with 2. Yep, just absolutely... This is probably vanilla 3 cost card here. I'm just going to give it, like I said, somewhere between a 5 out of 10 and a 7 out of 10 until, once we find what is generic in this game. But overall, good card. I liked blue. Blue looked really cool. But I'm not going to say it looked the best so far. I think we'll have to talk more about that later, but I think Steel so far kind of looked the strongest, the most powerful, with those removal effects, recurring removal. But this has removal in a different way, right? Because you're attacking stuff. So, because, you know, cards like Aurora, this Aurora Rose, and then the Scar Mastermind, this is allowing you to crush their characters without taking damage. So that kind of momentum is very powerful. But we'll see how things go. All right, guys. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that one. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it too. And, or if you enjoyed it, rather. And, all right, guys. Got one color left, and I will see you in the next one.